Hey, peoples. TJ and Marcus here, right? You're here?
Yeah.
We just wanted to say, what are we doing this for?
Well, recently we just found out that we crossed a milestone for our YouTube stuff.
Oh, right. 1,000 people subscribed to the channel. So we just wanted to record thank you. I think that's what we do here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
1,000 egg suckers have followed us since the beginning. Or not the beginning, who knows how
Wow,
long.
you're going way back for that one.
Yeah, because it's, that's a cool thing that's going on.
I think that died at like episode 10.
It died early. It died halfway through. Only the OGs understand that one.
Anyway, yeah, but thank you, honestly, for 1,000 subscribers. It's a milestone for YouTube.
Yeah, it's really cool. That's honestly like we wouldn't be here without you guys, right?
I mean, that's kind of how this consumption thing works. We put out stuff and they listen to it.
Yeah, capitalism and all that gross content stuff. Yeah, well, yeah. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Enjoyed the show.
Yeah, we don't know how to do this shit. Anyway.
Until next time.
Thanks. Now that we did it, it's done.
Hello and welcome to episode 157 of Movies and Us. I'm Marcus.
And I'm TJ.
And this is a movie review show that reviews genre movies from the beginning sometimes. And today we're reviewing the 2018 release of Venom. That hurt, TJ. That's some bullshit. How do we usually do this? This movie was released October 5th, 2018 in the United States. This movie's runtime is 112 minutes. That's 2 hours-ish minutes, give or take. 2 hours-ish.
2 hours and 52.
No, say that again.
Or 1 hour and 52 minutes.
There we go. So I did not watch the 3-hour film, I'll tell you that. Yeah, this movie was directed by Ruben Fleischer, screenplay by Jeff Pinkner, Scott Rosenberg, and Kelly Marcel. Produced by Avi Arad. Wow, haven't heard that in a minute. Matt Holmach, Amy Pascal. Starring Tom Hardy as Venom / Eddie Brock. We got Michelle Williams as Anne Wang. Riz Ahmed plays Carlton Drake. Riot, Elon Musk. Scott Hayes as Roland Treese. Reed Scott as Dan Lewis. Jenny Slate. Oh, that's what that was? That was her. She did a good job. I like her. Jenny Slate as some chick that dies. Melora Walters.
The homeless woman.
Yeah, Chris O'Hara.
John Jameson, the astronaut. It was J. Jonah Jameson's son.
Oh, no way. Wow. Too bad to tie into Spider-Man. Sam Medina, a thug that Venom confronts. Peggy Lou as convenience store owner. Mrs. Chen. Michelle Lee as a Malaysian EMT who briefly hosts Riot. Oh, it's Riot? Oh, wow. What name is that? Sope Aluko?
Still guess as any.
And Wayne Pierre. As people, Scott Deckert, as some guy, Amelia Rivera.
Yep.
Amelia Rivera as a kitty god. Jesus Christ. It's Ron Jones as a character.
Cephas.
Yeah, sure. Woody Harrelson as a cameo as Cletus Cassidy. Stelling's in it. I guess at the end of it, there's a little animated short we talk about. It's got, his name. Shamik Moore, some black guy. He plays Miles Morales. Jake Johnson as Peter Parker. Yeah, that's the cast. Let's do behind the scenes. I don't know why I'm so deflated. Let's do a box office. It's gonna be f***ing quick. Movie budget was $100-ish to $116 million, and it made
too much.
So much f***ing money.
I don't know why.
856 because it's Venom's first live action thing. Really, not counting Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, but 856 suggests that people continue to go after the first week.
I saw it in theaters. It's because I was like, hey, they did Venom kind of good, guys. It's not bad for a Sony fucking project. Like, okay, you see it. It's like, yeah, it's not that bad. It could have been Madam Spiderweb movie and his current ones they're making. Venom placed in the top 10, a place at number 7. 7. You imagine making almost $900 million, only places 7th. Placed 7th, right over Mission Impossible Fallout, and right under Bohemian Rhapsody. Just a reminder, Avengers Infinity War made $2 billion, which is disgusting. Black Panther made up $1.3 billion. Jurassic Park made $1.3 billion. And Incredibles 2 made $1.2 billion. Wow. No way that made... Holy shit. Okay.
The movies don't make that much money these days.
COVID happened and the streaming services. Like, remember, this is right before the lockdown.
Yeah, so...
People had enough of each other's shit now. People are like, why sit in a room with other assholes ruining the experience? And also, like, what movie has granted you to sit down? This is like peak superhero shit going on.
True.
Yeah, there's no
This is
like,
right after Infinity War.
yeah,
So.
there's no go watch 3 shows of mediocre content to go watch this movie. Like, no, just watch this movie. Yeah, people, the movie theater. Oh, well, to be fair, no, some movies still make billions of dollars. I think Dune Part 2 recently made. Inside Out made $1 billion, 1.5 billion. Dune Part 2 made 700 in 2024.
Yeah, but my point is there's $4 billion
Yes.
movies in the top 5.
But again,
you get maybe one now every couple months.
3 of those, if you want to count Incredibles 2, are quote-unquote superhero films. One of which, Avengers Infinity War, is building up to that. Black Panther was such a, again, like, oh my god, everyone should go see this Black History movie. And then Jurassic Park was the top 3. So it makes sense why some of them are.
Yeah, but you just don't see that anymore. You get like maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah, and the hype is, like I said, there's just people are just not there anymore for this shit. Avatar made $2 billion. Top Gun Maverick and Jurassic World again. So the franchise shit makes it for sure. That was 2022. The highest grossing superhero movie that year was Doctor Strange, which made $900 million. So I mean, I will get there again. I definitely see the studios getting there again. Anyways, that's the box office. To you, TJ, for behind the scenes stuff.
So apparently, Venom. They've been wanting to make a Venom movie since 1997, and the original. I'll give you. Guess who you think they originally wanted to play?
97. Arnold, Stallone.
Arnold's close, but no.
Not Van Dyke. The guy who does splits.
Van Damme, no.
Couldn't tell you. Tom Cruise, like the top guys in the 90s. I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
Dolph Lundgren.
God, that was terrible.
They wanted him to do it. But yeah, so they wanted to make a Venom movie pretty much since 97, but then that fell through. Then they revitalized it again when the original Spider-Man movies came out. They were gonna do a standalone, like the Wolverine movies with Topher Grace's Venom.
I'll say this now. I don't like Topher Grace as an actor.
I think I've only ever seen him in that movie.
And that shitty show people like, 70s show.
Oh,
Whatever the character. I never saw it, but he's the guy in that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think his name's Eric in that.
I think you're right. But to be fair, I did like him as Venom / Brock in that movie. And I think, that movie was garbage. I think I liked him more as than Tom Hardy in this movie.
That Venom? Really?
No. That actor.
Oh, Topher Grace?
Yeah, as Brock instead of Tom Hardy as Brock.
Well, to be fair, this Brock isn't comic Brock.
Which is fine.
I mean, it is. It's just Ultimate Spider-Man Eddie Brock. It's not main canon Eddie Brock. Yeah. So,
and that's fine because I get there's plenty of iterations of Brock and Venom and shit in general, but yeah, not for me.
And it hurts, and it also hurts the movie that Spider-Man's not in it.
I didn't think that was a problem.
You didn't think that was a problem?
No. I mean, it would have been cool to see eventually him fighting off against Spider-Man in the sequel. I haven't seen the sequel, so I don't know, but like at least seeing Spider-Man's senses come up and like just teases of it or something. But I don't think this wasn't the worst thing that he wasn't in it.
I think it's because they didn't have Spider-Man in it.
Yeah. Is
why it felt very generic, the story.
Oh, so that was one of your complaints about this or feelings about this movie is generic?
It feels like if they had a formula for superhero movies, they just followed it.
Okay, thank God. Because that was one of my complaints. Like, I hope he doesn't fight about this.
My surprise about this movie is I was expecting to go in to get to a 2 or 3 movie.
No,
and it's like a 5.
Yeah, it's not a bad movie. It's just it's like the whole Black Panther thing. Like, okay, it's like do an origin story.
It's fine.
Numbers.
I came out thinking, oh, it's fine.
Yeah, it's serviceable.
Exactly. It's okay.
Yeah, it's a solid outing for Venom. They didn't do such a bad job.
I like how we're wrapping this up and we didn't even get into it yet.
There's nothing when I do the review, like, there's nothing to talk about, man. Sorry. So yeah, no Spider-Man. I'll give you that because it doesn't like the origin of Brock and Venom becoming one rely heavily on Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So it does take it away from the story.
And I think it hurts the character itself because of all that history with Brock and the rivalry with Spider-Man and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is just some guy.
No, there have been other people that have done Venom.
Yeah, sure.
So could they have done someone else? Or since Brock is like one of the first, I guess, to kind of have to go with that?
Well, technically the first Venom
was Spider-Man?
It was Spider-Man himself. Yeah. Was Peter Parker. But then it became Eddie Brock, I believe. And then it has gone to because he's been around for 50 years.
A lot of characters.
In fact, the love interest in this was Lady Venom at some point in the
Okay.
comics. So that's why they did that little scene. It was a fan service kind of thing
Oh,
with
wow.
her.
Cute.
I don't know in the comics that they were an idol, to be honest with you. But because I'm not really familiar with Venom lore, just the Spider-Man stuff.
Fair.
And even then, not that much because I'm not a Marvel guy. But I did a little bit of homework.
A little bit.
Apparently the director of this movie, they wanted a different director, David S. Sandberg, but he decided he was going to do Shazam instead. I think he made the right choice. That's
right, another guy. Yeah, he does YouTube stuff and stuff like that. He's good. He did Annabelle, I think that series was, or whatever horror series. Yeah, it's a good director.
I think he made a right choice going.
Nah, I think he could have been better for this.
No.
Shazam is better, even though that's still kind of boring sometimes. Like,
yeah, but that movie is at least a good movie. Where this is kind of a meh movie.
Well, I think this movie will is this rated R?
No, it's PG-13.
That's
part of the problem.
I think with him, because he's a horror director, they could have leaned into like Venom being, I don't know, scary.
Well,
creepy,
it was supposed to be
bloody.
That's part of behind the scenes. It was supposed to be
rated R. I remember this.
And then they were gonna do like biting people's heads, like the biting the people's heads off and stuff stayed in the movie, obviously, but it's not bloody or anything interesting.
Oh,
so it's let me see here. Let me just read it. So the executives were reluctant to push this element. Let me go back up. It was important for the director, I guess, for him to honor the violence of Venom in the comics, where he bites heads and often eats brains. It would be weird to make a movie with Venom if he wasn't doing that. Sony executives were reluctant to push this element so far that the film would earn an R rated, which they believe would cause problems for potential crossovers with the family-friendly Spider-Man. Because at this point they were thinking they were going to cross over, but that never really happens.
Even if he were to cross over, you still could have an R-rated standalone film and PG-13 him a vibe. Like, he could, that plays off of the PG-13 of Spider-Man.
Yeah, I know, but
don't be bitches. Deadpool did good. Logan was phenomenal. Have the motherfucker bite someone's head off. This movie's so bland and safe, it suffers from not having an edge to it if Spider-Man's not in it. It suffers from not having it suffers from being neutered. And it's ugh.
Yeah, but I mean, executives, they do what they're going to do.
No, I know, but don't do that. Just let the guy... Oh, he said pussy once. That's funny, right, guys? Okay, but he's murder people. Do something. Oh, that's stupid.
The reason why they were able to get Tom Hardy is because his son was apparently a big fan of the character Venom.
That's such a great credential to get some actor to play a role. Yeah, my kid likes this. I want to play the role. Pay me millions.
And apparently he practiced martial arts, boxing, and jiu-jitsu for 5 weeks to get for this role.
He does tournaments sometimes. But yeah, that came really helpful in that this movie, right?
I mean, it probably helped him as far as not getting hurt in those stunts.
Yeah, that one scene where he did that jiu-jitsu move. Wow. Remember that scene? I don't. Do you?
No, I don't remember. This movie has a 30% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I think that's fair.
But whatever. Reviews are about average. They're meh. Yeah. Standard affair. There is a weird thing about this movie that it's got its own Wikipedia section called Simbrox shipping, where
dumb.
Where people were apparently shipping Eddie Brock and Venom as an item.
Makes sense. One guy's big, black, and veiny with tentacles, slurpy mouth. The other guy's muscular.
Apparently, it started off when this lady, Kate Gardner of the Mary Sue, wondered whether their relationship was queer coded.
How?
Apparently, it's a term for referring to characters appeared queer without their sexuality being part of the story.
But what?
I guess because they have funny banter. I don't know. It's because they're literally stuck together.
That is so stupid.
Yeah, no, I didn't get that at all. Watching this movie,
just grasping for something entertaining in this movie. That's stupid.
Yeah, I don't know.
Was the green guy, Green Goblin, in the first one queer coded?
I don't know. I'm learning this stuff with you, Marcus.
Pisses me off.
Along those same lines, apparently one of the love interest's lines, Anne had, where she says, "I love you, but I love myself more," was added by the actress as a reference to the Me Too movement.
How's that add to the story?
Well, it does, because when he goes to her after they broken up, she's like, you did this to yourself, and I'm more important to me than you.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense from a story standpoint, but didn't need. You could have stated that without the, you know.
That, yeah.
Also, one of Venom's lines, the one where he says eyes, lungs, pancreas, so many snacks, so little time,
Yeah.
was lifted from the Amazing Spider-Man comic book number 374. So.
In 1930, the Hays Code was established, which regulated the content of films and prohibited the portrayal of homosexuality.
Okay.
I'm reading the queer coding Wikipedia. So, because of the Hays Code, positive portrayals of homosexual characters were barred, and the only characters in fiction that could be perceived as homosexuals had evil roles and were punished throughout the work. Thus, villains became noted in particular to have effeminate characteristics, behaviors, or gestures that could be perceived as LGBTQ. Disney characters have attracted attention because their films are popular among children. Examples include a lot of characters. Yeah, they're all the characters. Okay. Sorry.
Spider-Man. What's his name?
Which one?
The one who plays him now.
Tom Holland?
Tom Holland. He apparently did fill some scenes, and it was going to be in the movie, but Marvel asked them not to use it because of their deal.
I'm surprised they respected that.
I mean, they had to. They had a contract.
Yeah, but you know. Oh, we slipped one in by accident. Whoopsie daisies. I was surprised.
And the last thing, except for the thing that I forgot about that I can't seem to find, this movie did win an award.
What did it win on TV?
It won the Taurus World Stunt Award for Best Work with a Vehicle.
Sure.
So,
what fucking stunt was that?
I'm assuming it's the bike stunts where he's running from the cars on the bike.
Sure.
I think it's the first time we've seen that award too. So.
It is. I'm on Wikipedia now. Okay, so.
Oh, another thing.
Ant-Man and the Wasp had it. Best fight. Black Panther. Best high work. Deadpool 2. Best specialty stunt. Hardest hit. Venom. Best work of video. Wonder Woman 2017 had one.
Also,
Captain America Civil War had one.
You're gonna keep interrupting me as I keep trying to get the sentence out.
I'm sorry. Keep going.
I know. Sorry.
No, I'm done. I clicked out of it. I swear to God.
Anyway, so Sony actually made a deal with the Chinese production company Tencent Pictures.
Okay.
Which meant the letter, which means Tencent ultimately covered a third of the production.
X-Men Days of Future Past had one as well. Captain America then Winter Soldier had some. Iron Man 3 had some. Okay, I'm done. I'm clicked out. Chinese companies, 10 cents, some shit, what?
Tencent Pictures paid for a third of the costs for the studio.
Why are we doing this? Who cares? What are we doing?
Why am I bringing that up?
Yeah, here, what's that?
Because, well, Tencent's a big company in video games, but they're also, the ties to the Chinese company could explain why the censoring happened, why it was lowered down to PG-13 because of the Chinese market.
No problem.
So, there's that.
Oh, fascinating.
I'm just saying. That's usually what happens in order to get your movie into a Chinese market. And that's another thing. It's really hard to get your movies into the Chinese market. And the fact they made a deal with Tencent, which means they had to make their own demands of it because it had to get approval. Tencent can't make a decision like this just through company policy like they would do in America. They would have to get approval through the Chinese government in order to do this kind of deal.
I forgot that this was a thing and still is a thing, that Hollywood being a corporation, a company-based thing, money-based thing, tries to appease to mass market so everything becomes generic and watered down. And that's why this movie kind of sucks. God, I hate where we're at society right now, DJ. Like, I'm glad we're here because it's the best time to be alive for most people, but also, my God, some shit just suffers.
Yes. Most part. I mean, I could talk about, like, they were inspired by horror stuff.
Don't give a shit. Like anyways, let's get the review.
Go ahead. Where does this movie open up, Marcus? Because we used to do this all the time.
Oh, you want to do it?
We open up in space!
Nice. Space.
Where the son of J. Jonah Jameson is an astronaut.
Yeah, have you seen The Thing? This is what happens. Some alien crashes, affecting people. Oh, how about this? We've already talked about the movie. How do you feel about this movie your first time watching it, TJ?
It's better than I was expecting.
Yeah.
But I wasn't impressed. Actually, you know who my favorite character is?
TJ's favorite character would be... Is it human or is it an animal?
I'm not going to tell you.
Is it the dog?
No.
What?
I actually like the doctor guy.
Which one? Oh, the boyfriend dude?
The boyfriend.
Yeah.
I thought he was... Like, it was such a subversion of what those guys usually are. He's just a good guy, you know? It's like, he's just helping him. When he gets sick, he's like, okay, we got to get you to the hospital. He generally cares.
Yeah, he's a solid guy.
And I kind of felt bad as the story was progressing and the way it was going.
Yeah. Because, like you said, you don't expect him to be like, oh, that's a person.
Yeah.
The character is just it's a person doing his job
like,
and shit.
When Eddie Brock came in and ruined the date, you expected him to be like, oh, look at you ruining the day. But no, he's like, dude, you're sick. We got to take care of you.
Very grounded. Like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah. So he was my favorite character.
Yeah, I saw this movie twice. I saw it in theaters and I saw it for this review. I remember the first time watching it, I think I pretty much had the same feelings you had. Like, not bad. Not great, but not bad. I left the theater. Never wanted to see this movie again. I was like, okay, I saw it. I don't have the itch to watch this ever again. This time around, I was just like, I'm so bored. I'm just so bored watching this thing. Like,
well, there is a difference between watching a movie for the first time and rewatching a movie.
Yes, when a movie's good, or like when the second time or third time coming around to a movie, you definitely see if it has rewatchability or if it definitely meant something to you or entertain. Like if it had something for you to latch onto. This is nothing for me to latch onto.
You don't lose anything watching an average movie for the first time. It's like I saw it. It was fine. Yeah. I didn't feel like I wasted my time. It was just a movie.
That's true.
I watched a movie.
Yeah. This is just a thing I sat down and watched. I'm like, I have no negative or positive feelings towards this movie. It's like, yeah, I remember seeing this the first time. I thought something of it. Like, this is okay.
Yeah. So, and but like, I can imagine the second time when you know where everything's going, it's just like, why am I just doing this?
And the blessing for this movie, it's only an hour and a half. The extra 20 minutes are just credits and the Spider-Man thing at the end. I'm glad this movie got in, did the thing, and got out. Because it does get at this, like, 10 minutes into it, just get to the point. I never get and it takes like 40 minutes till like Venom shows up.
I actually looked to see what, and I guessed it. I was like, oh, this is 40 minutes in, and this is where. But I think that's standard for origin movies. This is
literally story writing 101.
Yeah,
ups and downs of where the character should be emotionally and story wise, and this is where you introduce the main thing, where it's good or bad. This is how they're going to end the fights at. Like this is just storytelling 101. And it did fine. It's very serviceable. It was like very much first time watching it's like, okay, that's just enjoyable, but it's hard.
There was something I did want to ask you that was in behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So
was the adjunct thing?
That was it. I gotta find that.
Yeah.
But that's not it. I forgot this was in here too. Todd McFarlane, who was the co-creator of Venom, suggested that a Venom film could not do well with a villain as the central character.
Could not do well as a villain, as the villain as leading it, I guess.
Oh, is that what he meant?
That's what I meant. Yeah.
I didn't understand the sentence. It was throwing me off.
So it can't focus on a story, but like based off a villain, which people do it all f***ing time.
Yeah, that's
usually f***ing good.
Yeah.
Like what are you talking? What? People like that shit. You got to put care into it for sure. The Joker movie. Like, come on, Todd.
I never saw it. I still have it.
It's the first one I can think of. Like, there's lots of movies that are all like that where you just follow the asshole. Even Deadpool is kind of like that. Stick it to superhero shit.
How do I
would definitely watch a Magneto film. You kidding me? Like, he's a bad dude.
How do I search for a word within?
I don't know how to do it on PC. I generally don't know. It should be easy, but like on a Mac, I don't know.
I can't seem to find the word adjunct.
Is it under tools at the top right? Edit?
Hold on. I think that wasn't the thing but the adjunct thing was Kevin Feige confirmed that Venom was a solely Sony project and Marvel Studios had no plans to connect with the MCU. However, producer Amy Pascal soon clarified that Sony intended to have the films take place in the same world as the new MCU Spider-Man Homecoming, describing them as adjunct to the world. So
I guess this is.
So I guess technically they take place in the same world as Spider-Man, and Spider-Man just doesn't exist in like parallel universes.
Yeah, and like this doesn't take away from anything from that universe I can think of that I would know of. I've only seen the one movie. So like he's not like a big enough event where Spider-Man's gotta pay attention to. So
I guess so this is very isolated and this takes place in San Francisco.
Exactly. And if this was New York City, there's other aliens he's dealing with. So like, another alien. The Avengers will deal with that. Like, this is fine. That makes sense.
Anyway.
Yeah. Alien attacks a spaceship. It falls to the planet. Everyone dies on board. The alien takes a host.
I should also say this story was based off of 2 comic book story arcs. Venom Lethal Protector, which is a miniseries from '93, and played it to the symbiote for a story arc in 1995. Just so people won't yell at us.
That's fair. Go ahead. I don't listen. So yeah, the alien's now just walking from one spot to the next.
Just another note to make you. We got a comment saying I found a gem of a channel. Some guy said I found a gem of a channel here, and then he commented about the movie videos while listening to them.
Okay, I like that actually. Gotta hope that's a real person, not a bot. I like that.
He had a profile picture and stuff.
To all our fellow listeners who come in sometimes or. Maybe we have some people who listen consistently. You guys are also gems.
Marcus likes it when people positively praise the podcast.
You have no idea.
He gets so happy.
feed my goddamn ego, you morons. I love it. Make me feel like this is worth doing. That's all I ask. So, yeah, Alien takes things and comes across, and the alien's gonna do things in the third act, guys. Don't worry, we'll get to it. So while that's going on, the main story is the reporter, Brock, having time of his life. He's got a great girlfriend. He's got a decent job. He likes it a lot. No complaints. He's like a journalist who gets to the thing, and like he's like a no nonsense kind of guy. He'll interview people like, why do you guys molest kids? Why do you do this, that, and the third? So great dude at this job. Yada, yada, yada. Anyways, he goes to interview Elon Musk, or the Elon Musk equivalent in this world. Pisses that guy off. That guy's like, you know what? You got no more career. Eddie Brock loses his career. Same time, he loses his girlfriend because he got her in trouble.
Dick.
What?
He's a dick.
He's misunderstood, TJ.
He broke into her computer.
Yeah, for doing journalism stuff. Research, TJ.
That's not one, it's not legal.
If you get caught.
Two, it's you have to have sources.
Yeah, that's why he got fired too. Like he got no source. He just walked in and
which he just stole from his girlfriend, which is not stealing information is not a source.
This is information you have now, but like no one's like citing you. You can't cite that. Like, they made him look really... Is he that's dumb in the comics? They made him look really incompetent and stupid.
I mean, Eddie Brock was a pretty dumb character.
I figured.
But I think eventually he grew smarter with symbiote and stuff like that.
No, is Eddie Brock a fun character at all? Is he, like, interesting? Entertaining? Before Venom hits him.
I mean, well, it depends. Like, he is... During high school years, he's like just your standard bully antagonist for him. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He's like that kind of character. And then I guess, if I'm remembering correctly in the comics, he becomes more of a rival to Peter Parker's as far as investigative journalism.
Okay.
So, like, I think he was a photographer too.
I was thinking while watching this, like, I think it'd been a fun in contrast to have like just a clean cut, good person become Venom, like someone like the Daily Planet guy, not Lois Lane, but the boy that takes pictures,
Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah, someone like that.
How do you not know who Jimmy?
I could think of them. I had it before I went on my little rant, like I lost it. So like someone like Jimmy Olsen becoming Venom, like okay, that'd be like a nice contrast to see.
I mean, they kind of did that with Peter Parker.
Yeah, I know. So, but like since he's not in this movie, clean Eddie Brock a little bit or something like that.
And like that's kind of the thing. The Venom suit kind of turns you evil. And I think I don't know if they retconned it or if it's just the Venom suit just stopped doing that to people because it wanted to be a hero. Because Venom does become like a kind of a hero type later on.
Like to make this, they could have made this movie so much better. Like have him start off clean cut. Had the Venom suit tempt him. Maybe the news in the background, you see some of the Avengers doing shit. He's like, I can do that.
I mean, he's not a bad guy.
He's not likable. Like for a main character, he ain't likable. Which kind of proves Alan Moore's point in the beginning. He said, or whoever said a bad guy can't be the main character.
Oh, it can't. A villain can't be Tom McFarlane.
Who said that? Oh, so yeah, it's like this movie kind of proves that point. It's like it's okay, but like he's not. I'm not dying to see more of Eddie Brock in this movie.
Well, but Eddie Brock's not the villain. It's Venom's supposed to be the villain.
No, I know, but like it's the same. They're the same.
And that's how you would do a Venom movie, just solely, just to throw it out there. You do kind of get someone who is kind of not evil or like who may have like be kind of a dick, but then you have him struggling with the Venom suit throughout, trying not to kill people and stuff, and you kind of change the Venom suit throughout the movie.
Yeah, like why not do that?
You don't even need. That's kind of the other thing that bothered me. Why do we need more symbiotes?
Right?
It felt like every other MCU origin where we just fight in other versions of ourselves.
Like, this was so like. Let me finish. Yeah, even like how about you don't focus on Eddie Brock? Maybe Eddie Brock is the main character of this, but like he's investigating this shit, or like so we have like some other random clean cut person becomes the symbiote Venom.
Like I know Riot is a character.
Yeah,
he's a symbiote from that, but no one knows.
No, I mean, you don't after this.
It's different if it's Carnage.
Yes.
Because everyone knows Carnage. Yes. You know what I mean? But like they're right in wanting to build up to that.
Yes.
No doubt about it. But like they should have just, if they needed a villain, they should have just left the corporate guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just kept throwing bad guys at him. But I don't even think you need that villain.
No, you definitely follow.
You just have a struggle with the symbiote in there, and then
Yeah, I think
You know,
you follow Eddie Brock trying to investigate the thing that's going around killing people. Comes across a guy who's fighting Venom. Like I'm fighting, struggling with having Venom being the thing. Venom takes over Brock instead now. Like you do something like that. Like this movie is just
you don't even need that. You can still have Eddie Brock as the
main
symbiote. Yeah, you just keep throwing them in morally questionable situations.
Yeah, I would get
then,
rid of the dumb story arc of the fucking CEO shit. 'Cause I don't care.
Yeah, you don't need the
it's
villain.
So generically 90s.
The ending of a good Venom story could just be him wanting to kill a kid and then him overcoming it and being like, nope, I'm not gonna do it.
Yep. Or leaning into it and like, oh shit. Like picking a lane and just going into that lane.
Yeah, right. Depending on where you want to go.
Yeah.
If you want to set this up as a villain for later, but if you want him as a hero, you can do it either way.
Exactly. Like there's a lot of things you could do, and this is not the thing I would have done. That's all. This is very much a script from the 90s. They kind of touched up a little bit and like, okay.
No, I don't think this was the script from the 90s. I think because they...
No, but like the CEO being bad guys, like we've seen this so many times.
Yeah, but this is like I said, this is standard fare superhero story, like basic generic.
Yes.
If you took the MCU superhero formula and took out all of the good parts...
Took all the cameos and the tie-overs to other movies. It's just like...
Not only that, but even like the interesting characters and the story arcs that they're building, and you just look at it from a pure perspective of the script and how it's laid out. That's what this movie is.
Yes. Because as Eddie Brock does all this stuff, he loses his job with family. That's the bottom of his life. He's sad. 6 months later happens, and somehow he gets in contact with...
I don't know why we needed the time jump.
You don't need to. I saw that. Yeah, TJ, time jumps are dumb. I saw that as like, don't need that. I mean, I guess it yada yadas over how far the symbiote got from point A to point B and how far the evil guy and his technology came along, like learning about the symbiotes and shit.
But I don't... It kind of feels stupid because why did it take the guy that gets on a plane from Malaysia to San Francisco? Yeah. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's very bad, stupid.
So it's like you didn't need the 6-month time skip. It just kind of makes... I get why they did it because they wanted to show him down on his luck.
But you don't need it for 6... Like,
but he could get down on his luck in 2 weeks.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That. Losing your job and your significant other? Man.
Right. I mean, and he said you lose your apartment because you just got kicked out of...
Yeah. Maybe he's bad at saving money. Maybe his girlfriend had all the money. So, like, I'm okay, but not that okay. Shit.
Yeah. I mean, he still kind of has money. He has enough to give to homeless people and stuff.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
So, I don't know. It just felt like it wasn't really explained why we needed the time skip.
Especially because they keep saying this guy ruined his life. All he did was kick you out the interview. You ruined your own life. Now, if they would have taken it in the sense of, like, we saw the corporate guy sabotaging Eddie Brock's life and blacklisting him and
right. If he was
calling
like
his land, buying his apartment complex and like get the out of here, raising rent or something. If we saw him doing devious evil shit, yeah, the guy sucks. But no, he just kicked out of an interview.
Yeah, he didn't even his boss fired him because he didn't do his job.
Yeah, he was very bad at his job. I mean, the evil guy is like having homeless people sign waivers and shit, but like he didn't.
To be fair to Eddie Brock though, in this situation, why are you choosing Eddie Brock to do this?
What do you mean?
To go interview this guy? You know he doesn't want to do it.
Oh, and then the first time?
Yeah, like why did his newspaper editor decide this? Well,
this movie's
sent anybody.
Yeah, this movie's just, we got a movie, so let's make this thing happen this way, I guess. It's like, it's forced. And the dialogue and the characters are so flat. Like, there's so many times the characters would say stuff, like, first off, nobody's saying that line. And second off, it was very delivered poorly. It's like, what?
I'm beginning to realize this movie should not be analyzed.
What? No, this movie should not. So I was just watching. Again, this is a one-time watch if your brain halfway off. That's it. You cannot go beat by beat in this movie. You can't, like, break down, like, it's just a bad movie. Well, it's not bad. It's just bad.
It's just
like, it's a chore. It's another one of those movies that's just a chore to get through.
Like I said, when I watch it, I didn't feel like a chore.
No.
It was like, because I hadn't seen it before.
Yeah.
I was like,
that's the only time you should watch this movie is the first time you watch it. That's it. That's all it asks for you. Just watch it one time. That's all we want from you guys. It's not fun. Because even when it becomes Venom, the Venom suit it seems like it's supposed to be a fun.
Oh, that's another thing.
Yeah.
The Venom special effects suck.
I didn't mind them. I know people bitch about them, but like, it's okay. At least it looks like Venom.
I don't know. I didn't like them.
It could have been more.
It felt like it was fake.
Yes.
Like it felt like it wasn't there.
Yes. Yes.
And when I can feel it, you know you did it wrong.
Yes. That's saying something too. And that's why I think that director Sandberg, I forget his name, the Annabelle director and it's Shazam director would have done better here, because I think he would have made it more horror-y and more like, oh, Venom is a presence. Whether it's fake or not, I think it would have made it feel more.
But like from everything that I read behind the scenes, it sounds like it was a lot of studio interference.
And it looks like it.
So I don't think it's actually the director's fault, because it sounded like he wanted to do R-rated.
Yeah.
It sounded like he wanted to do more horror. Like it said his inspirations were David Cronenberg and John Carpenter.
Which makes sense.
So like it sounded like he wanted to, but like we can't do it that way.
This is clearly the thing. And definitely David Cronenberg grows out shit. Like this is clearly that stuff you go with this. And but the studio interference isn't terrible in this movie in the sense of like they butchered the film. They just neutered it. It's just a very So anyways, he lost his job and family, wife, blah 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 blah, girlfriend, whatever she is to him. Somehow he gets affected because the lady at the who works for the CEO is like, we're testing and killing people. I don't like it. Come investigate it more, and I'll be your source. He does that. Shit happens. He goes south. He becomes Venom. And then shenanigans happens for the next 15, 20 minutes. I don't know how long this movie is. And I don't know, stuff happens. Wasn't paying attention. He fights the bad guy at the end because the bad guy turns into Venom. It's Riot. They want to take over the Earth, I guess, right? Whatever Riot's motivation is to take over Earth and probably destroy humans and some shit. Something stupid.
They want to bring symbiotes to eat all the people.
Yeah. But anyways, Venom fights him. Venom wins. Typical movie shit. And that's the end. Oh, the first end teaser is Woody Harrelson as who? Cletus Cassidy. Yeah, he's Carnage. He's playing. I'm going to be here next, guys. Time, guys. I'm going to be the red dude. Just you wait. And then, it's like, okay, cool. And then, like, the next 15 minutes is, like, a snippet, a thing for Amazing Spider-Man, or Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, whatever it's called. That teaser should have you worried because it's not what the movie looks like. That this bit is not even in the movie. Yeah. Well, it's going to be sickening for you because the movie does have that frantic style to it. That's Venom. Stanley has a cameo in this too, by the way, guys. So if you guys care about that, I will also give this a 5 because it is a meh of a movie. I don't hate it, don't love it. It's not offensive in any way. It could have been better. There are clear ways to make this movie better, but there's also clear ways to make this movie worse. And they actually made us an serviceably okay movie. So I don't know how someone can hate this. I guess if you're such a fan of Venom, you gotta be an extreme fanboy to hate this film because it's just an okay film. Yeah. If you watch the movie up to the credits and just stop it there, so that's coming from us who made a podcast about that kind of shit. Like, the movie's only an hour and a half if you stop at the credits, so 90 minutes of your life is not bad. That's anyways, say a thing, TJ.
Now that we did stuff.